Hi, welcome to Raw Math. Today I'm doing a series of videos on linears and how to play with linear models. So it says, an aircraft is approaching an international airport. Using radar, an air traffic controller determines that the linear equation d equals negative 5.5 m plus 66 models the distance, d, so d is the distance, measured in miles of the approaching aircraft from the tower m minutes, so we have minutes and miles, since the radar identified the aircraft. How many minutes will it take for the aircraft to reach the tower? So essentially what we're saying is, right now this is how far away the plane is. We have our tower here, we have our plane out here, plane, and we want to know how long until the plane gets to the tower. In other words, we want to know how long until the distance is 0. So when is negative 5.5 m plus 66 equal to 0? The way I read this, the slope 66, when, at time of 0, when they first found the plane is 66 miles out. Every minute, the plane gets 5.5 miles closer. That's how this reads. Current distance away, amount of miles the plane gets closer. So we want to know when this is equal to 0. We subtract that 66 from both sides. We get negative 5.5 m equals negative 66. We divide both sides by negative 5.5. Make sure all our negatives are correct so everything cancels. And m is going to be 12 minutes. Make sure you know what you're solving for. How many minutes? 12 minutes. If you don't label, the answer is not technically correct. Okay, next question. Bill is draining his aquarium. The equation d equals 75 minus 1.5 m models the volume d of water remaining in the tank after m minutes. How long until the tank is empty? Again, what we're looking for, d is the water remaining. So that's the volume. We want to know when the volume is 0. We want to know when d is equal to 0. So when is 75? That's before he starts draining. Obviously the volume is 75. We don't get much more in terms of labels, unfortunately. Minus 1.5 m, so 1.5 gets drained. Once again, we need units. When will this drainage get us to 0? I'll do the same thing. I could add and not have the negative, so I'm going to do this kind of the opposite of up here, where instead of just automatically leaving my variable on the left-hand side, I'm going for non-negatives. So 75 is equal to 1.5 m. This kind of makes sense. If we're draining at 1.5 gallons, liters, whatever, per minute, you divide that by the amount that gets drained each minute, and we find out that m is equal to 50 minutes. All right. Oh, there we go. A weather balloon is being filled. The linear equation v equals 5 plus 0.04 t models the volume v in cubic feet, labels, of hydrogen in the balloon at any time in seconds. How many minutes will it take until the balloon contains 68 cubic feet? Okay, minutes, seconds. Gotta be very careful about these labels. We want to know when 5 plus 0.04 t is going to equal 68. So we're not going for 0, we're going for a bigger number this time. If we subtract 5 from both sides, we get 0.04 t is equal to 63. And then we divide by 0.04 from both sides, and we get that t is equal to 1,575 seconds. But we want to know minutes. So there are 60 seconds in a minute. So if we take the 1575 and divide by 60, we get 26.25 minutes. Now, that is not 65 minutes, 25 seconds. That's not how it works. This is 25 100ths of a minute. I'm not asking to do mixed media. We'll leave it as a decimal, so we'll leave this as our final answer. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.